Hey y'all, I'm back again to kind of give you guys some information on scalping. I had a couple of people comment on my last post um, to let me know, do you guys need help scalping? And if you did, I would come on live and kind of break it down and how I took my trade and what I look for as a scalper. So most people don't know what a scalper is. They just hear day trading. Um, but just to give y'all Google is your best friend. Um, Chat GPT is your best friend, but if you don't know what scalping is or what that looks like, it's really just quick trading. I really like this picture here, but day trading scalping is fast-paced strategy where a trader buys and sells security multiple times in a day to profit from very small price movements. And they say very small, but sometimes it can be a lot. It doesn't have to be a small price movement, but if you want more information, definitely drop down on this post and read into it. But I am much of a scalper. I enjoy swing trading as well. If any of you all caught my last post about SoFi, SoFi has been moving along nicely even with the pullback. It's still performing quite well. But scalping is when you look for, if I could turn this tool off. Sorry, let me click off of that. So scalping is looking for short-term moves on your chart in order to capitalize and make money. So this morning, well, from yesterday to today, right at the morning open, I swung a put. I said the market moved up yesterday and they trapped everybody. There was billions of dollars in puts set for Monday, and I said I'm gonna go against that. I believe they're gonna pump the market higher because they don't want to print out all those puts. They lost a lot of money, or a lot of money flowed out of the market on Friday due to the sell-off, and they're going to rebound and bounce on Monday. So I didn't take puts into Monday, and I said, now this is the trap. They're going to run it up tomorrow, which is Monday, or which was yesterday, and then we're going to pull back on Tuesday. The pullback they were anticipating on Monday is going to happen Tuesday. So I took a 655 put. I had a morning call, so I closed it at like 200%. I was a little ticked off, but I don't usually trade while I'm teaching, and it sold right down into a previous gap. So the gap down from Friday, we sold right down into it. Had a couple other sellers down below, and this is the orb, the ORB opening breakout range. We sold right down into it, so I could have held my put for another $2 after where my initial in the money was at. But once I was in the money, I took my profit over 200%. And while I was watching the market with my client, I showed them, hey, we can get in. You can trade this up to the top of the orb. We should see a continuation. They got out at I think a $12 gain. Nothing bad there, but that contract went over. I think the last time I looked at it, it went over like $400 or $500. It was way over like 300% return because it just kept going up. We got midways of the gap that was created from today, from the close of yesterday to today, and I just showed them drawing on my chart, hey, this is where I anticipate us going. We're going to get a pullback to either the yellow line of support or to the purple line, which was a pre-market high. You can see my pre-market low level mark here, PML, pre-market low. And I was like, these are my anticipated moves. I just see us coming back up so that we could fill this gap. So either way it go, whether we pull down, bounce off the orb, pull down to support here, everything showed us going up. But we didn't know how far. I thought it would give out right here. It actually ran up some more to my next level, this 64451. And I said, hey, if we keep going here, we're going to hit 666. But I had some internal levels on my Weeble. My first level was 66309. We tagged that. That alert went out, went off, and then my 644.44 went off. And I was like, man, I'm missing some stuff, but I didn't want to just jump back in because you can see we started to consolidate. What is consolidate? Trade sideways. We weren't going anywhere. So I was just like, hey, I'm gonna wait for this thing to give out because I use something called the ATR, and that was letting me know, hey, I got a gas tank full of gas, but we about to run out of steam. We didn't hit the max. We're over 100%. So I need to be looking for the next direction. So I waited for it. I waited. I'm out. My phone was dying. I'm shopping with my wife, and I'm like, "Hey, I gotta go to the car because my phone's about to die, but I see some money about to fall." So I got into a put, but I wanted safety. I was like, I know there's gonna be a bounce, or it could be a bounce here. Let me not take the zero DTE power hour play that I usually take. Let me give myself a little bit of cushion and take the Wednesday expiration. If we get a continuation, I can swing it. If not, I can just take profit. So what that means is, instead of my contract having a whole lot of theta and being like hot potato going to expire at 3 p.m., I got the one that expires tomorrow, gave myself a little bit more room. Drawback to that was that contract went from $16 to about $153. Let's see if I can bring up that play so y'all can see. If you got questions, or have some questions, or you're finding value, drop it in the comments. But let me see if I can bring up that contract so you can watch it play out. I should be able to look at it in Yahoo if it's not gone yet. So we're going to check SPY. What we're looking for is the contracts that expire on the 13th. It might show us Friday. So we might not, it might show tomorrow already for the 14th, but let's just see. If not, we can go over to Mumu, or we can go over to bar chart. Packing a lot of different resources that y'all can have. So if you, I mean, I'm moving a little fast, but if you take your time to watch this, very beneficial. So I'm at the 14th. So the 14th contract is already gone, but you can see the one that I actually took, which was, my contract was the 655 put. So we're going to scroll down, go to that 655 put, and you'll be able to watch how I made my money today. So this is that day contract. And so I was holding it until power hour about here, and I got in on my contract at 38 cents, which was $38 right before it was deciding to drop, which was great. And when I closed my contract, I closed it at 127. So I was literally in this contract. Let's see, I got in at like 38, so somewhere right here. I'm trying to get it spot on the chart, but it can be a little difficult to get it spot. So we'll say I got in at about, this was like 233, so market's closing, but I still had time. So I got in at 233. I was out at 127. So we're just going to ride this up till we see 127. I got it at the tippy top too. Somewhere in this candle right here, about 12 minutes later. So at about, I'm saying 2:33. So that was Central Time. This is showing Eastern. So that was 3:33. So 3:33 to 3:45. Boom! I was in and out in like less than 15 minutes. Most people don't make that much in an hour. So I was just a few minutes shopping, went to the car, charged my phone, and boom! I got out of that trade. For a $75 return. So that was bomb. I wasn't mad at it. So, but I still saw the contract that went from $16 to 100, and I was trying not to be greedy today because I was already up for the day. And I do a risk management where I don't risk all of my profits from that day. I only risk a portion, maybe 10 to 15%. So this one contract was putting me at that max. And so if I got a zero DTE, I was okay with it. And $16 wasn't going to eat up anything. But if it reversed on me, that would have been two contracts going negative. I was pretty positive on it, but didn't want to overtrade on the day. So let's head over to Mumu and see if we can see that other contract. Mumu is another trading brokerage that you can use. I really like it, and I'm probably going to go back to using it as well. Because you do have these features where you can see other tickers, other stocks. Let's see if we can look at some options trading. What's going on, Mumu? Options. Operation too frequent. I've never had that before. I don't know what's going on with their page. Let's try another window. Maybe I got too many tabs open. If we can't get it on, oh, that's so far. If we can't get it over here, I should be able to. Yeah, there we go. Let's go back to Spy. What? My network is already refreshed. Alright. Moo on a trip. Let's refresh this one. Okay. Maybe we're getting somewhere. Maybe I just had too many tabs open. Oh my god. Okay. That one's not working. We'll go to bar chart. Bar chart may still have it up. So if we come to bar chart, we're going to type in SPY, see if we still have today's. Usually after about 7 o'clock, sometimes these expirations are already gone. So we're not able to see the previous day's contracts or same day contracts as they've expired. Yep. See, we can only see today, well, tomorrow's. Let's try Moo one more time. Because I know they should be able to show me that contract. Y'all forgive my animals. They tripping. Alright, new screen. I don't think I should have to sign in. I think I should already be able to get in here. Come on. I just want to see the information. Alright. Okay. It wants to make me do way too much. Because all I want is to see the contract. And I'll do that later. I don't want to open anything. I just want to use your features. Let's look at a chart. Let's see if it'll show me some stuff. There we go. See, I'm just trying to get into the contracts. I didn't really want to sign in. So see, on here we can still see today's closed contracts. So I'm going to go to options and then look at that same contract that I just had, which was the 655 put. So here's the contract. Let's look at it at the same time that I was taking it. Where'd that little thing go? What? High was 357. Where's my time? 3 right here. So somewhere in here, this contract was like 16 bucks, and then it ran up. I don't know why it's not really showing you guys. Excuse me. Because I saw the contract go where it was going. Was it 6? Oh, no. Yeah, it was still 655. Or did I? No. Sorry, guys. It was not 655. It was 653 right in the money. That one was $16. Let me go back to the right contract. I was like, why is that thing not showing correctly? So if we come back, it was right in the money. When you do power hour plays, you have to be right in the money where things are dropping at. You can't be way out of the money where you're not going to make any money off that particular play. So SPY was sitting at 660. Hold on, guys. We're gonna get there. So SPY was sitting at like 665. So I believe it was the 663 play right here. I was like, I'll get it right in the money. It's only like 16 cents, which is $16, and I should have grabbed it. So you can see right here at that same time, this contract was 15 bucks, and that is literally at 15, which is 234. So right there, 234, and then it's $16 at 235, and then boom, that joint goes up to $159. The price says $159, but since we're trading options and you're in control of 100 shares, that's $169. So literally, this contract was dying at $15 and $16, and then 4 minutes later or 2 minutes later it's up to 160, and then it peaked at 230. Like, that is some crazy money making at the end of the day. I should have just took it. Shout out to my bro Russell. Russell was just like, man, just take the trade, you'll make it back in console. So I should have just took that trade. I'm definitely going to start doing it more often. But that is one of the setups that I do as a scalper. I swing. I take the trades very quickly. It is something I do in Power Hour. I don't suggest doing that in your Robinhood account, because Robinhood is going to close you out. You are going to need a more efficient broker that does not close you out at the end of the day. But again, how did I know that play was going to set up? How do I know plays? Well, one, I can read a chart. If you don't know how to read a chart, you need to either go to YouTube and learn how to read a chart. You can go through multiple videos, or you can get a mentor that'll teach you how to read the chart and get strategies. And this is what I do. So I'm watching, this is a 5 minute chart. I was waiting for this consolidation to stop. I'm literally watching, waiting for this candle to break below this line. That's my support line on the chart. If you were trading using indicators, I do recommend the Mogul Algo indicator. It's one that I put on my chart majority of the time. I do sell this indicator. You can purchase it monthly to help you kind of organize your trades, know when to stay in and when to get out, give you some structure. So I was just waiting. You can see all the sellers in here, and then boom, we get that cross, big sale, get in that trade, boom, and we're out. If you're not using the Mogul Algo, you're just using moving averages. I was waiting for the 20 to break. So right here, I'm waiting for us to break the 20. Once we broke the 20, I was in the trade. I think I was down like 50 cents. And then boom, this sold down, hit my target. What was my target or my exit? As I'm watching the trade play out, and if you use the paid version of TradingView, you can come back and do a bar replay. And so I'm watching, getting in. Okay, it drops. The next candle, I moved a little fast. Let's make it a little bit slower for you guys to see. Yeah, let's try that again and make it a little bit slower so you can really watch it play out. So this is what I'm doing. Standing in a store, waiting on these candles to print. These are 5 minute candles. So that one drops. I'm like, all right, it's ready. It's below my support. I'm in the trade. It bounces at the 20. Boom, I'm out right here because it's going to leg up. I said, all right, it's going to reverse at the 20. I'm out. I didn't even take the reversal. So that was a very short, like 10 minutes to be in the trade, because you didn't have long to take it. This was not even long enough for me to signal it to my team, because this was a scalp. Remember, when a surgeon goes in, he has a scalpel. It's very precise. So that's what you do as a scalper. You're looking for a very strategic setup to execute and make money. So that's essentially what I did. Scalping doesn't come easy, but it does require you to be in the front of the chart. You're not going to be sitting up scalping away from your chart, because you need to see the move, get in and get back out. But I like it. I can make a lot of money in a shorter period of time. You don't have to sit in front of the chart the whole time, and it's really fun. To be able to make money in minutes. Like I said, that was a 10-minute trade, less than 10-minute trade, and I made $75. So I was okay. I was very happy with that for the day. I have clients that are only really looking to make like $50 to $100 a day, so they would have only needed to be in the market for about 10 or 15 minutes this afternoon, and they would have made that trade and been done for the day. So can you trade any ticker? Can you scalp any ticker? Yes, you can. If you're gonna scalp, you're gonna want a company that moves decently or moves a lot throughout the day and moves kind of fast. So I like scalping SPY. I like scalping SPX. You can scalp Tesla or its counterpart TSLL, because they make those major moves. But you want to kind of know your company well to know what it's going to do. SPY does this often. It's going to make moves, speed dating in the first 30 minutes. Then you're going to have a move after 9 a.m. if we have news. And then during Power Hour, that is the leading spot, like when you're going to have a lot of volatility toward the end of the day and be able to make some money. So again, I enjoy scalping. Wanted to show y'all what's scalping. Again, it's essentially still a day trade, just done very quickly and very precise. Are there any days that I don't scalp? No. Pretty much every day I'm trading, it's a scalp. Usually I'm in a scalp, and if I'm in the trade longer, it's because my scalp is taking too long for that setup. But you got to be strategic. As long as you know how to trade, you know when to get in, you know when not to hold this too long. Because you're in the scalp, you don't plan to hold this forever. Again, I said I gave myself a little bit more room to breathe by buying the contract that was expiring tomorrow instead of today. That's because if it reversed on me, I would have time to get out and theta would not eat me up. What is theta? Who is theta? Theta are your Greeks. So we look at the delta and theta to see about how much money we're going to make with each dollar move. And that helps you, budget out for the day. How much money am I going to make? Do I know how long I need to be in this trade? Do I know how much my stock needs to move for me to be able to make money? Once you understand your Greeks, you're able to get that particular amount, percentage, or amount of money from the trade. If you got questions, you got a ticker you want to bring up, bring it to me. But again, I just wanted to hop on, show you guys what it means to be a scalper. Figure out if you're a scalper, if that's the way you like to trade. I do like to scalp, day trade, and swing trade, but my specialty is probably scalping the most. I do that majority by myself or with my traders inside of the Discord. And so again, I do want to touch bases on SoFi because I am still in that SoFi contract. Why am I still in the contract? Because it's still green. I gave you guys SoFi $40 strike. I gave 20 back a while ago. And both of those are green. Even with the pullback, the contract stayed green. I think it dropped down to about 20 or 30%, and it's up 50% today. So I'm still looking for SoFi to run into earnings on the 28th. I recommend you guys go to their website, and you can search SoFi earnings. It will take you to an event page like this. This is where you can go and look at the previous earnings. Excuse me. It will have you register on this Q4 site to watch it. And you may have to do that for the fourth quarter as well. I'm sorry, for this third quarter one, register so you can listen to it. But it is going to be on the 28th. If you bank with SoFi, if you trade with SoFi, I would recommend you taking a listen to their earnings so you can know how they're performing. Any company I invest in, I listen to their earnings, know how they're playing out. So I know what my money is going to do as I'm trading and investing in them. So if it's nothing else, I'm going to leave you guys. If we don't have any questions, I just wanted to go over what a scalp was, give you guys a little bit of education, and how my trade played out. If you guys want to see the trade, here's my Discord, Mogul Stock Group. Excuse me. There's the drop. There's my trade. This is where I took the picture. I actually closed it out at 75, but I snapped the picture first. That's on me for I'm gonna stop snapping pictures probably because I lost about $20 snapping the picture. But you can see 244 trade was done. End of day, 7% battery. But with 7% battery, almost getting over $100. Can't beat it. So here's a more clear picture of what with the chart I was looking at to trade. I was waiting on all of this to break out. I'm like, I don't want to be early. I need a red candle to close below this 20, and then I'm getting in. And as soon as this one printed, I was like, boom, I'm ready. So I got in about right here, and I waited for that wick. I said, hey, we're going to retrace that wick. I'm not going to get out yet. We retraced the wick, hit the 200, boom, I'm out, and then we started V recovery reversal. So I was very happy with the trade, the setup for the scalp. Like again, that was a very short trade. You could have definitely took the reversal because this dropped down to 200, and then by the close it was back up to 600 or 660. It popped back up to 662. Again, a lot of my traders know the range that they can trade within. on reversals or trading SPY. They could have took both sides. That we could have took the downside and back up doing calls or puts. So again, hope this was helpful. If you like it, share it out. If you want more of this content, drop a comment, drop a like, drop a share. I appreciate y'all tapping in, and y'all have a good night.